All right, y'all. Hey, uh-oh.
Hey, how you doing? How's everybody?
All right.
All right, so listen up. I know we're about to march, but I just wanted to say a couple words. My name is Sunsara Taylor. I'm a writer for Revolution newspaper. I'm a co-initiator of Refuse Fascism. And I'm also somebody who has been right here almost every year for the past several years on the anniversary of Roe versus Wade, or on the day of the so-called March for Life. And I just want to make an announcement about this, because Donald Trump yesterday signed the global gag rule, which is revoking funding from any agency around the world, somebody spoke about this earlier, that even counsels a woman as to where they could find access to abortion, which essentially says to these agencies all over the world that if you allow women to have control over their reproduction, or you even give them the knowledge of how they could exercise that, if you do that, you can't do any of the other funding that you do for people who have Ebola, for people who have other healthcare needs, who have other family planning needs, and it's a form of blackmail, holding people's lives and health hostage to remove women's reproductive access and rights. And this is a very ominous thing, but it's only the tip of the iceberg. It's part of the Trump-Pence package, is to defund Planned Parenthood here in the U.S., to close down abortion clinics, to nominate Supreme Court justices who will revoke Roe versus Wade. It is part of the fascist agenda. And I just want to let people know a couple of things about this. One, forcing women to have children against their will is a form of enslavement. Women are not incubators. Women are not objects. Women are not possessions of men. They are not punching bags. They are not breeders. Women are full human beings. Abortion is not murder. Fetuses are not babies, and women are not incubators. But under a Trump-Pence fascist regime, if it is not stopped, already we're in a state of emergency across this country with 5 states with only 1 abortion clinic left in them. Huge numbers of women cannot access abortion at all. Huge numbers of women have already been forced to have children against their will and had their lives foreclosed and been trapped in abusive relationships, forced to drop out of school, forced into lives that they did not plan or want. And huge numbers of women have already been forced to risk their safety to self-induce abortions in regions in this country where they cannot get to a clinic. Even with that, Mike Pence, in his state, put a woman in jail for allegedly trying to self-induce an abortion, to criminalize women when it is the system that has revoked that right from them that is actually guilty of the crime. And this is a very, very dangerous, handmaid's tale, theocratic, woman-hating, patriarchal future put on steroids, and it's very dangerous. It's a cornerstone of the Trump-Pence fascist regime. And you have Trump, who's a woman-hater, boaster of sexual assault, the crudest kind of misogyny in that way, and you have Pence, who is a puritanical theocrat, and what they share is a whole fascist agenda, but a fascist hatred of women in mirror opposite forms. One treats women as sex objects, and the other as breeders. Neither as full human beings. So I just want to say, while we're here, before we step off, this Friday is the so-called March for Life, which is really a march for forced motherhood. It's a march for female enslavement. And Kellyanne Conway, the head of Trump's campaign, and now one of his main advisors, is scheduled to speak at this rally. It's happening on Friday, and people should be back here. If you're from D.C., be back here at 11:30 with members of Refuse Fascism, members of Stop Patriarchy, members of the Revolution Club, people standing up against this. Our message is abortion on demand and without apology. Women are not breeders, women are not incubators, and we say no to a fascist America. We need to rise up and stop this. So I want to put that call out while we are here. And the other thing 11:30 this Friday, be here with Riley. Riley, wave your hands.
Riley.
All right. We're going to have abortion on demand and without apology signs. We're going to have the bloody pants representing the women who die when abortion is illegal. And then tomorrow, come out at 500 Indiana, is it Indiana Avenue? Somebody help me out. 500 Indiana Avenue, Northwest, at 8:30 tomorrow morning, because there are 60 people going into court, Superior Court, who were arrested during the protests.
He says I'm not welcome here. I mean, I'm taking...
There were 60 people. There were 60 people. You gotta respect what we're doing here, man. You gotta respect what we're doing. Listen, there were 60 people who were arrested. arrested during giving their expert testimony during Jeff Sessions' confirmation hearing, calling him out for the racist, bigot, and misogynist he is, and they were dragged out in handcuffs. They're going on trial along with others who are protesting the inauguration. Over 200 people were arrested, many of them facing up to 10 years in prison for felony riot charges. Unprecedented repression. It is an ominous sign of the Trump-Pence fascist regime. And it is really important that we rally and be there to have their backs. The criminals are in the White House now. The criminals are in the Capitol. The criminals are the ones being appointed to the Supreme Court. They are not the heroes who are in the streets saying no in the name of humanity. And they were not Carl Dix and Raphael and Luan and others who were arrested in the Jeff Sessions hearing. So we need to be there tomorrow morning, 8:30, 500 Indiana Avenue Northwest, to rally and have their backs.
What time?
8:30 tomorrow. Oh, what time?
8:30.
Where?
500 Indiana Avenue.
500. Okay, that's not fair. I can't make you say that. Where? At the Superior Court. Where?
Superior Court.
Where?
Superior Court.
When? Tomorrow at 8:30. All right, that sounds like a good chant, but y'all need to be there. Thank you very much.
All right.